I'm Daryl Paint, and welcome to Motorsports Insider. On this week's show, the NASCAR Cup and Xfinity cars are at Talladega, along with the ARCA cars. Z-Max Dragway had the four wide nationals for the NHRA. The World of Outlaws had a doubleheader, the Lucas Super Late Model Series, and the Cars Tour at Orange County Speedway. That and much more on this edition of Motorsports Insider.
We follow pizza drivers and make sure the customers get a Pepsi.
Pizza guy! Pepsi guy!
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
Not going anywhere, pal.
To enhance your pizza's flavor.
That's the perfect combo.
Yeah, he's still following me. Probably a stupid marketing stunt.
We've come a long way in 125 years. From dirt tracks to super speedways and every track in between. Never backing down, pushing boundaries and giving it everything we've got. Yeah, we've come a long way, but there's still a lot more road to run. Good year.
Welcome back to the show. The NASCAR Cup and Xfinity, along with the ARCA cars, are at Talladega Superspeedway this weekend, and here's all the highlights from all three divisions.
The Cup cars took to the Talladega Superspeedway on Sunday. Zane Smith and Kyle Busch led the field to the green flag. Smith jumped out to the early lead in Stage 1. The first caution flag flew with 12 laps to go in Segment 1 when Kyle Busch and Brad Keselowski got together entering pit row, collecting up Ryan Blaney. On the restart with 10 laps to go in Stage 1, Buescher and Preece led the field back to the green. But just one lap later, when 9 laps to go in Stage 1, Christopher Bell and Buescher got together off turn 2. Christopher Bell made hard contact with a safer barrier in ending his day. When the field went back to green with less than 3 laps to go, Wallace and Larson were leading the field. Lawson made his move off turn 4 and went on to win Stage 1. Stage 2 went caution-free. On the final lap, it was Bubba Wallace and Joey Logano racing for the lead when Wallace pulled ahead and took the Stage 2 win. On the final lap, it was Cindric and Preece leading the field to the white flag. These two drivers battled it out for the win all the way to the checkered flag, where Cindric took the win in a photo finish.
Austin, you have been so close here at Talladega and Daytona since that Daytona 500 win, but now you finally get another one.
I'm just so proud of this team. I mean, from the cycles to the fast cars to the fuel-only stops, Doug, my spotter, everybody. I've been trying for, I don't know, probably 3-4 years now to get a cup win for John Menard and Menards, and that bright yellow car looks great up front, and I'm just so thankful for everyone's support.
Saturday's NASCAR Xfinity race saw Jesse Love lead the field to green, where he stayed and led every lap of Stage 1 and taking the stage win. In Stage 2, Austin Hill pulled out to an early lead, where he held off Jesse Love and Eric Almirola to take the Stage 2 victory. In the final stage, we saw the first big crash of the race, in which several cars were involved. With 13 laps to go, Hill and Love led the field, and down the back stretch, another multi-car incident occurred. Zilisch and Allgaier battle for the lead in the late stages. Zilisch was the leader coming to the white flag, but on the back stretch, he was being bumped by the 2-car of Love when Zilisch lost control of his car and spun to the inside. When the field entered turn 3, the caution was displayed, ending. NASCAR had to go back and look at the timestamp in the cameras to see who the leader was at the time of the caution. The top 3 cars of Zilisch, Love, and Hill stopped short of the finish line to wait for NASCAR's decision, and it was determined that Hill was the leader at the time of the caution and declared the winner.
Yeah, our Bennett Chevrolet was as fast as Xfinity Mobile all day. Man, we really had to work for that one.
Saturday morning, the ARCA cars took to the Talladega Superspeedway, where Wallace jumped out to the early lead. It was a battle among the top drivers for the majority of the race. A late race caution caused a green-white finish, but on the restart, several cars got together in turn 1 and putting the field under caution and ended the race. ARCA officials had reviewed cameras to declare the winner, which was Wallace Allen.
People have about 10 thoughts race through their heads every 15 seconds. For me, it's leave on amber, go fast, and frozen yogurt. Don't let one of yours be, will my car start?
The NHRA was at Z-Max Dragway for round 2 of 4 wide nationals, and Tony Stewart was looking to see if he could pick up another Wally in the 4 wide nationals. Here's all the highlights from Z-Max Dragway.
NHRA in round 2 of 4 wide racing at Z-Max Dragway in Concord. In the final round of eliminations, in Pro Stock Motorcycle, it was Smith, Johnson, Herrera, and Gadsden. It was Gibson with a hoe shot, where he went on to win with an elapsed time of 6.736, 202.9 miles an hour.
Matt Smith is already looking for that American Rebel Light beer to celebrate his victory in Pro Stock Motorcycles. Andy Ross is here from American Rebel Light to hand him that Wally. Matt Smith, that has got to taste extra good right now, knowing the performance you had to put together, not only as a tuner, but as a rider, to get that win light by just 4/1000 of a second, Matt. Does that taste any good?
It's great. It's cold. It's great. It's a great tasting beer. If you haven't tried it, better go to the grocery store and get you some. But no, this Denzo, Lucas Oil, Mark Stock, Seth, Greg Butcher Trucking, Smith Trucking, VP Racing Fuel, Mission Foods for putting this series on. And thank you, American Rebel, for sponsoring this race and for sponsoring John Hall. We really appreciate it.
In funny car elimination, it was Capps, DeJoris, Proc, and Hagen. In the final round, Austin Proc pulled off his second win in a row in funny cars.
They charge to the stripe, and for the second race in a row, it is Austin. So Austin Proc and funny car has gone back to back in 4 wides this year. You've got the American Rebel Light in your hand, and I think you've got a Proc Rocket back. Congratulations.
Absolutely, man. These guys they've been busting their tails all year long to get to this point, and like I've been saying all weekend, it ain't perfect yet, but it's real damn close. So really proud of that. I'm pretty sure she wore some clutch there because I couldn't even see about 600 feet on. It was just a black cloud in there, but so proud to drive this Cornwall Tool Chevrolet SS.
In the final round of Top Fuel eliminations, it was Ashley, Langdon, Stewart, and Brown, where Sean Landon pulled off the win in Top Fuel.
Sean Langdon makes history here in Charlotte, the 1,000th Top Fuel win. We've got Big Daddy Don Garlitz on board. We've got Andy Ross on American Rebel Light to hand you the Wally. Sean, you get this, bring this big bad boy home. I hope you brought a separate car or truck or trailer to haul it back. Congratulations, my friend.
Well, that's why we got you muscles over here. You can carry it for me. Nah, man, this is to have Don down here and American Rebel. Thank you guys for everything you do. But my team, man, these guys are they're badass. I didn't hold my own weight on the starting line. I was a little slow today. I don't know why, but I had a good race car, and Connie Coletta leads the way. Man, everything goes to Connie, and just fortunate to be able to drive a race car.
The Lucas Super Late Model Series was at Port Royal Speedway, and here's all the highlights from that Saturday night event.
The Lucas Super Late Model Series made a stop in Hagerstown on Saturday night. At the start, it was Alberson and Wilson leading the field to green. These two would battle out for the lead on lap 2. Alberson makes his move under Wilson for the lead with 31 laps to go. The first yellow flag flew when Carso spun in turn 3. When the race went back to green, it was Alberson and Thornton Jr., who were battling for the lead, and off turn 4 Thornton Jr. would make his move and take the lead and go on to be the 14th different driver of 15 races to win at Hagerstown.
We follow pizza drivers, make sure the customers get a Pepsi.
Pizza guy.
Pepsi guy.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
Not going anywhere without.
To enhance your pizza's flavor.
That's the perfect combo.
Yeah, he's still following me. Probably a stupid marketing stunt.
Welcome back to the show. The World of Outlaws had a doubleheader this weekend. Friday night at Jacksonville Speedway and Saturday night at Tri-State Speedway. Friday night, NASCAR Cup driver Kyle Larson ran that race. Let's see what happened at both of these races.
The World of Outlaw sprint cars raced Saturday night at Tri-State Speedway. Hodenschild led the field to green. Hodenschild jumped out to the early lead. The race was slowed by one yellow flag when the 12 car had a flat tire, and on the restart it was Hodenschild in the lead again. Buddy, Cokewood, and Hodenschild battled for the top spot, but Hodenschild was able to hold him off and take the Saturday night win.
Wasn't really enjoying the restarts there at the end. Buddy almost had me cleared a couple times, so I just moved it down there. I figured it would be hard for him to go around me, so I just moved it down. But yeah, solid night. Drew the one, quick time, won the heat, won the dash, won the feature. So
a new show that we're going to be bringing to TSN is called NASCAR Alumni, when we take a look at drivers that have retired, along with crew chiefs and car owners, on the edition of Alumni. Let's take a look at it. How does it feel to be back?
It's fantastic. What what NASCAR has done here to bring the NASCAR alumni back is a third tier. You know, they got the Hall of Fame, they got the 75 greatest drivers, and now the alumni. You know, it's really good seeing people that I haven't seen in years, and everybody looks good, and it's a lot of fun to catch up.
You know, I've always loved this place. It's been really good to me, this place. You know, we used to call it the Lady in Black. Now it's too tough to tame, I guess. But, you know, what NASCAR's done with Throwback Weekend, the folks here at Darlington and this alumni thing is really amazing. You know, you look at the group of NASCAR legends that are around here.
People have about 10 thoughts race through their heads every 15 seconds. For me, it's leave on amber, go fast, and frozen yogurt. Don't let one of yours be, will my car start?
The Cars Tour made a trip to Orange County Speedway this weekend with a full field of cars. Here's Jenna with all the highlights from Orange County.
The Z-Max Cars Tour made a stop at Orange County Speedway on Saturday night. Lane rigs would bring the field to green. Just 2 laps into the race, the first yellow flag when Connor Hall spun down the front stretch. On the restart, it was Riggs and McCumbry bringing the field back to green. With 63 laps to go, it was a battle for the lead between Riggs and Fryer. With 60 laps to go, Fryer made his move to take the lead from Riggs with 43 laps to go. A multi-car crash in Turn 1 and 2 involving 5 cars brought out the second yellow. On the restart, Fryer would lead the field back to green and moved away with a lead. 40 to go. The yellow was out again after 2 cars made contact with the Turn 1 wall on the restart. Again, it was Fryer leading the field back to green, where he moved away and took Saturday night's Z-Max Car Tour win at Orange County Speedway.
Another segment we're going to start airing is called In the Garage, where we go in the garage with the driver or crew chief to go in depth about where he started and what his plans are for the future. Let's take a look at one of these segments of In the Garage.
Welcome to TSN Motorsports Insider. I'm Brent Werfel, and today we are in the garage with Ashton Higgins, a young man just about to start his second race in ARCA Racing, a junior class in NASCAR racing. He's got 1 race under his belt. I can't wait to meet him. It's back to TSN Motorsports Insider. In the garage, I'm Brent Werfel. This young man is Ashton Higgins, number 49 in the ARCA Series Racing with ALA. What a journey it's been. You were telling me a little bit earlier about how you got your start.
The IndyCars held its first test before Speed Weeks and the running of the Indianapolis 500. NASCAR driver Kyle Larson, which is attempting to do the doubleheader, Indianapolis on Sunday morning and the Coca-Cola 600 on Saturday night. He made contact with the outside retaining wall the first time that Larson had wrecked his car at Indy. So let's listen to what Larson said about his contact with the outside retaining wall.
And Kyle Larson has been checked and released from the IndyCar medical unit. And Kyle, can you just walk us through the incident?
Yeah, I just was starting my qualifying laps there and just got really tight. Just a bunch of understeer through one and ran out of space off of turn 1. So, yeah, I kind of fought the understeer feeling yesterday and, yeah, carried over to today. So, honestly, though, I'm happy to crash my first Indy car and live through it. So, yeah, but we'll just work on it and try and get the balance more comfortable. I just didn't quite feel like I had the feeling I needed yesterday, and then it really carried over to today. I think when you're going faster, it really stood out. So, yeah, just bummer, but also, encouraging that it didn't feel, I know it wasn't like a big hit or anything, but it didn't feel anything different than what I was expecting.
We're glad to see you're okay.
Thanks.
If you're an avid videographer and would like to be a part of TSN's Motorsports Insider, if you have your phone or video camera and you shoot a spectacular crash or pass for the lead or something you think is newsworthy, send it to us to tsnsports@gmail.com and we'll be glad to get it on the air and may send you a t-shirt for that. Remind you, if you're looking for more motorsports news, go over to our website, TSN Motorsports Insider, where you'll get pictures, stories, updates, and a lot more of the news around the world. I want to thank you for joining us for this edition of TSN's Motorsports Insider. Remember, we'll be back here next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock with a new edition. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you right here, same time, same place.